Hi. So in my last video, I looked at liquidity, right? And how it forms, you know, in why price moves, as it were. It's simply because of liquidity, right? Um, I want to record this video to kind of also paint um, some further picture or create some context around this, right? Because some of the questions I started to get are like, for instance, we see this high here, right? And when this move started to be formed, why did this move not do this? Get here, and because that's an area of liquidity, why didn't it do this, right? Um, and so, yes, that is something that can happen. Um, and also, why did price get to this liquidity and not go through it like this? Why did it stop here and then pull back into here? And why didn't this go that way all the way up here? Right? That is also a possibility, right? So, because inside this is also the key information on how you earn money or not make money from um, the setup that plays out in the market. And that leads me to this phrase, liquidity sweep and liquidity break. So disrespecting or invalidating liquidity, right? So you can either have price sweep liquidity, and in that way, when it sweeps liquidity, it's actually validating it, right? So it means that it held. If it doesn't sweep, but instead breaks it, it runs it, it means that it clearly has invalidated that area of liquidity. I hope this makes sense because I'm going to kind of clarify it. So if I kind of create an image, let's kind of clear this, try and clear this. I've just come back from a walk, so my fingers are still stiff from the cold. But anyhow, um, so so let's say that we have, let's actually try this. Um, let's say that we have this, and then we have this breakthrough here, right? Um, Typically what we want to see price do is we want to see price come back down into somewhere, some liquidity here, and then from here it will now go up. That's what we anticipate will happen. But the question is, which one of those liquidity points would price do that from? So there might be one liquidity area here. Um, there might be another one here, just at the area where price broke structure. And then there is usually the extreme liquidity area, which is there is no reason why that move was formed, right? So which one of these? Because price can do anything. So price can either go from here to here and then that to go up, right? Or price can break through this one and push from here, or price can go through here, push from here, or price can even break this as well and move up. So those are things that can happen. What you want to be able to do is to know which one, when this is going to happen from here. You want to be aware of that so that you can follow at least that move to make some profit on this, or you wait for a more efficient entry, which will be around here or around here, right? And also expecting that price will push from there. So how do you know that this area is going to hold so that it can start going up? How do you know that this area is going to hold and not fail? That is the question. So I'm asking it in different ways, taking a bit of time so that everyone can understand what I'm saying here, right? So when price holds, it means that that area of liquidity did not get broken, right? So it validated it, it held, right? If it breaks it, like in this case here, it means that it has failed, right? Um, and if it also does it, the same thing here. So the easiest way I do this, or I look at this, right, is let's say um, let's use um this to kind of explain. Okay, so let's say we have this liquidity zone, right? And we'll bring this into the middle here. So let's say we have this liquidity zone, right? And we have, let's say, price um, coming from bottom, right? So it's moving and it's coming, right? So price is coming and moving up and hits this liquidity zone, right? In this example here, we can see that the liquidity zone held, right? So price then started to come down, at least for now. It's shown this rejection, right? So um, it is also possible that this is not what will happen, right? It's also possible that this is this sort of thing then happens. Um, so instead of having this, we now have something like this instead. So, so this is price breaking through, the liquidity zone, and this is price holding, respecting that liquidity zone, right? I hope that's clear now. So the question is, how do I kind of anticipate, or how do I tell, right, that this is possibly going to happen, or that this is what's going to possibly happen, right? And that's what this video really is about. So the way I see this and the way I look at this in the market is by, first of all, right, so let's move this to the side. So what does price do once it comes into that area of liquidity or around that area of liquidity, right? So what I want to be able to see, right, is I want to be able to see price coming and then create some sort of rejection. So what do I mean by rejection? Long tail, right, in that side of the liquidity zone. So if it's coming up here and it hits it and then closes way below, creating this long tail, then I know that there's been a rejection, right? But it doesn't stop there. Um, by the way, if it was the other way around, right, where we have a liquidity zone here, let's say, right, and then price comes into that zone, right? Oops, price comes into that zone, right? So once price comes into that zone, what I want to be able to see then is that price kind of rejects away from it, right? So this is more like, and let's move this up so that is more like it, right? So price comes into the zone, right? Touches that zone and then pushes back up, right? So that's what I want to be able to see happen, right? And that's what rejection is. It's rejection, right? So rejection from the zone, rejection from the zone. This year, there is no rejection. Even this first candle that came in here, it's not a very clean rejection. There's still, the body of the candle is still huge, right? So there's no a clean rejection. So I want to see it's usually that it is rejected. So this is one way of this happening, right? So when I get this kind of rejection, the next thing I then wait for is for price to give me what I call confirmation, right? So I want to see, a confirmation. So in this example here, I want to see a bearish candle, right? That then comes and closes below a low. So that gives me confirmation that price is moving away from this, right? If it's on a demand where price hits that liquidity area and is pushing back, what I want to be able to see is I want to be able to see, a bullish candle, right, form and then close above the high and giving me confirmation that is moving away from that area. So it's around this point here that I'll then think of executing a trade, right? So that's something to think about. But instead, if price comes into the zone and instead of getting a rejection, right, we now get uh, another candle close above the high in that zone. Is a telltale sign, right? Or in this other example, if price comes into the zone, right, and then I get another candle, then close, right? If I get that happen, you can see that clearly it is failing, this area is failing to hold, right? So it's likely to go through. And so that's the reason why we will have um, price go through the zone here. So you would have had close candles close, here, and then continue to the next one, right? Which is what you will see in this case here. So this was an area of liquidity here, by the way. There's an area of liquidity here, right? So this was an area of liquidity here. We did not stop price. We had a close, so it failed. This was also an area of liquidity here because this is an order block based zone, right? So this is the extreme order block here, right? So when you look at that extreme order block and this price then came down here. So let's delete this. Don't be confused by this, right? So when this price now came down, this candle came down here, instead of it stopping and then going up from here, it did not. It blew through it. So clearly this did not hold. So you're not looking to buy here, right? This is why it's dangerous to use limit orders for things like this. There are setups where you can use limit orders, but for something like this, I used to in the past do it, right? When I see this kind of zone here, I'm anticipating that price will hold, but you don't know. You do not know. Don't be liquidity, right? So this push down here, those that had limit orders and then had their stop losses here, this push here was to sweep this area here, right? So yes, it got here, blew through it, but then quickly started to go up because this was the final place it came into. So if you drag this to this area here, you can see that that's where price actually, touched and then started to go up and then surpassed that high, took out a high. That's how you know that his intention is still to keep going up. But he first of all broke this. In this case, it's a multiple candle sweep, but it swept it. Now, the other type of in this example here, you can see this high here, that price could have broken through and we will have a break of structure. But what did price do? It first of all pierced it and then started to go down. So that's why it's called also a sweep of liquidity. So that happens a lot as well. But if you were already buying somewhere here, your decision might be that once price gets to this point, you exit because you don't know whether this is a temporary sweep to just come down and then start going up like it did, or is it more permanent where it has to go all the way down and then take you out of the trade. Um, as it were. So those are sort of the things that some of the things that you need to be aware of. I don't know if that anyone that has any questions, please do send them through in the comment area, or if you're in our Telegram group, just um, send your questions there. And then like this video, share it with other folks and watch it over and over and over again. And because it's not just one watch that makes the difference, it is the multiple watch of that video. So one more point before I go, actually, one more point before I go. So for instance, when price pierces through this, it doesn't mean now that it's broken it because if you look at this area of liquidity, right? So the first candle came through, pierced through it, closed above it, right? But this still held, this area still held because when you look at the second candle kind of swept that first candle high and then came and closed below, right? So that is also proof that we just took liquidity from here to then start going down. It did not break through it. This one here broke through. Now, you look at this is a very good example here. So this was an area of liquidity, right? So this first candle that came, you can see the first candle that came through it gave us some sort of rejection. But that rejection did not hold. Now we will know whether this will now the sweep of this liquidity if we now had bearish candles forming here. But that's not what we got. We got a bullish candle, then we now had another bullish candle that now closed above. So clearly this is a run. This is a break of that area of liquidity breakup structure, right? Um, yeah, and it's different from this bit here. This one did not break. This one got to it, then the next candle swept and closed below and started to come down. So be aware of those sort of things. Now you will not know as a retail trader which one of these will happen. That's why you need to be more efficient in your entries. So at this point here now, once price has come down all this way into this liquidity, it means that any liquidity before it has now been taken. It's been taken. So they're no more going to be trying to stop you, right? So there's any liquidity formed is a new liquidity. So this fair value gap here is one form of liquidity, right? But once you started to get this close above the high that left into it, you know that is going up. Right? So that your decision to execute an entry here, it's fine, right? There is nothing stopping this price here now, apart from this this other block here, which you can see pulled back, but did not come all the way back here. So this is a strong liquidity here, right? And then the next one was this, which price swept, came down, but still did not come all the way down here, and it now went all the way up. So again, this is why this entry here was a very nice entry, right, for a buy because it's coming from this massive liquidity, right? Any other thing will form some sort of resistance, but it's not strong enough to stop price from going. And eventually price kind of got, right, depending on where your stop loss is here, then you can get up to 5 to 1. If your stop loss is at the start of it, then there is at least over 2 to 1, maybe 3 to 1 if he gets it, no 2.5, 2.5 to 1, which is still a very nice sort of return on that trade. Okay. All right. Before this video is too long, any questions, please do let me know. All right. Take care now. Cheers.